Well, good morning and thanks for joining us. It's Monday, which means it is Medicare Monday, and we have the one and only Gary Smith from the Gary Smith Agency. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being here. So we are here to talk about Medicare. And so, you know, every Medicare is not unlike our insurance policies that we have, where there's a window to enroll, an enrollment period, if you will. But so with that being said, is it different? Can you change your plan at any time?
Yes and no. And that's why it's confusing, right? Because in the Medicare world, there are basically two main plans, right? There's a Medicare supplement and a Medicare Advantage. I like to refer to them as a truck and a car because like a truck and a car is transportation, right?
Sure.
Both will get us to Mobile, but they're two different products. So you need to look at the Medicare Advantage versus the Medicare supplement the same way. They're both Medicare based. You don't lose your Medicare if you enroll in an Advantage plan, but they're two different products, apples and oranges, truck and a car. With that being said, different rules, different enrollment rules, right? So let's look at the Medicare supplement real quick. Can you change that plan at any given point in time? Answer is yes. Why? It's not regulated by the federal government. It's that simple. It's a 100% insurance company-based free market plan. So you turn 65, you get the opportunity to pick a plan. It's now June, you're 67, you get a rate increase, and that thing goes through the roof. Do you have to wait till the end of the year, during that end of the year enrollment window that everybody's bombarded with all the advertising? No, because it's a supplement. So it's like any other, it's like a car policy. There's no rules. You can pick up the phone at any given point in time and make a change. Here's the big question. Can you get through the medical questions? Because it is medically underwritten, right? As I tell all my clients, it's an application, right? It's not an enrollment.
Sure.
And to get that, and everybody's really get that clear, was your mortgage application or was it a mortgage enrollment? It's a mortgage application. Why? Because you're applying for a mortgage and your interest rate is going to be based off of what? That application.
If you're approved.
If you're approved, right? So it's the same way on the supplement. You can change any given point in time as long as you can be approved.
So does the timing of these changes matter?
On the supplement, no. So like again, you get a rate increase, you're not happy with the plan, pick up the phone, call your local agent. Hey, I want a different price. I'm ready to get out of this company. On the Medicare Advantage and drug plans, right, totally different. You have a window to enroll when you turn 65 and or retire from your job, right? But after that, you have to wait to the end of the year enrollment window, which is your October, November, December of each year to enroll. Now there's a caveat there, right? And that's why I tell everybody about Medicare. I go, there you have a main road of rules with so many side streets based off of everybody's unique situation, and there's so many different situations. And so obviously we call those a special election period, right? And to get the public to understand what is a special election, right? It's typically things that are out of your control. You got a divorce. You lost your insurance. Was that your fault? Should you be penalized and left without insurance? Or what if your husband passed away and your insurance was through his work? Should you be just left out in the cold? No, of course not, right? And the rules understand that. I mean, our society is not that cruel. I mean, we actually have a lot of safety nets that people don't understand. You moved from Florida to Mississippi. You lost your insurance because you moved. Well, are you left out in the cold? Again, no. Here's the thing that we want to stress to everybody today. A special election period is exactly what it sounds like, right? It's special. Does it last forever? Does anything special last forever, right?
Not usually.
Not usually, right? We're all fixing to hear, we're all probably going to get some roses or Christmas presents or something, flowers. Flowers, perfect example, right? Throughout the year. Do they last forever? No.
Right.
So special elections last typically 60 days. And that typically goes from the time, like you lost your insurance, the loss of the death or something. So you got 60 days to make that decision. Reach out to your local agent, reach out to us, and say, look, there's something going on and I need to make a change. Don't call us on day 95. We get those calls all the time. Because why? Then they get a cancellation notice, and then pay attention to the mail. I really do stress that.
Well, how are supplement plans different when it comes to changing coverage?
Like I said, on your Medicare supplement, like I said, the Medicare supplement, you just have to be able to get through the medical questions, the underwriting process. As long as you're if someone says, well, I've got an issue, right? And I'll never be able to buy another supplement again. Not necessarily the case. On the supplement side, if you're going to be medically underwritten, I tell everybody, here's the thing. Is your problem ongoing or has it been solved? If you have an ongoing problem, right, you're not going to get approved. But if your problem's been solved, meaning I had to get a total knee replacement surgery and I got it done and I've been released by the doctor, the insurance company doesn't care. Come on. But what if and I use this one all the time. You have high blood pressure. Your weight is 180 pounds. You're perfect, 5'10", 180, but you got high blood pressure, right? But you're taking 5 blood pressure medications. Is your blood pressure controlled? No. They're not going to approve you. The next person walks in my office, same height and same weight, height, 5'10", but they're 220. So they're slightly overweight per the scale, right? But they take 1 blood pressure medication, 1 cholesterol medication. That's it. They'll be auto-approved. So why? Their blood pressure and their cholesterol is controlled. The other gentleman whose height and weight was perfect, but his blood pressure is not controlled, i.e. an unresolved issue. And that's really the easiest way to look at it. Can I change my plans? Now, the nice thing about it, on the Advantage plans, let's say you have a supplement, price has gone through the roof because they go up every single year. It's now $300, $400, $500, $600 a month. There's nothing wrong with looking at the Advantage plans because, number one, it's an enrollment. You can't be turned down. And if you're going to spend $8,000 a year in insurance premiums, why? When you could buy an Advantage plan for a very reasonable premium and then take that $6,000 and save it, and probably at the end of the year, you'll probably have half of it or even more in your pocket.
Sure.
So that's...
Well, there you go. Look, you see that QR code on your screen. If you still have questions, you want this to be broken down in plain English. Gary's book is what you'll get when you scan that QR code. It's called Medicare Breakdown, the alphabet soup of Medicare. Explains enrollment rules, timing, common pitfalls, and it does it clearly and simply, answers your questions. If it doesn't answer your questions, which is possible, call that number, get in touch with Gary and his team, and they'll get you taken care of. Gary, thanks for being here with us.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me again.